Nepal doesn't have a lot of flat areas. Of course, they're known to be, the birthplace of Everest, which is so funny. They eat so much there because they don't really eat breakfast, but they eat so much rice for lunch and dinner. So much rice. And I heard one of my friends there, he explained to it as the reason why they have so much rice. And he said, big pile of rice. It reminds me of Everest. Okay, that's cool. Neat. I did have a lot of buddies there who we actually hired them. You may be thinking, well, why did you hire people to hang out with you? Are you that desperate for friends, Beau? Aha. You've heard of a Sherpa before, basically guides. Sometimes they help you carry stuff. Well, that's what we hired around Nepal. And they carried our Bibles and our literature. Initially, I thought, this is pretty lame. I do not want to be responsible for slavery, basically. But it was not like that. It was completely willing. And as a matter of fact, they got very offended if you said, no, I've got it. I'm going to carry it myself. And they're just like, who do you think you are? We are here to help you. Whether we get paid a lot or even a little bit, we're here to help you. So that was cool about them. So you hire people to help you carry stuff. That's just what you do in Nepal, especially if you're trekking around, that is. One of the fellows, he was sort of an older fellow, and his name was Dal, D-A-A-L. I don't know if that's how it's spelled, I forget. But he was sort of an older fellow, and he'd always complain. Wow, and he's like, oh, the leeches are on me. Itchy. Oh, man. You may be like, boy, Beau, you're being really hard on him for complaining about leeches. They were really itchy. I will not deny that. But his son ended up actually helping more. His son's name was Tonka. And he was about in his late 20s, I'd say. Tonka, as in Tonka Toys, T-O-N-K-O, very sweet fellow. They were all nice guys, and they're really funny. We'd go out on these treks and get into some really, really sticky situations. But they were, I really got to know them very, very well. At one point, I gave Tonka a small little candy bar, a crunch candy bar, like from Halloween. And I don't know how I got it. I completely forgot. Probably snuck into my luggage somehow. And I said, "Hey, Tonka, do you want some candy? I've got some here." And he's like, "Oh, yes, please." Okay, here you go. But he didn't eat it. I was like, "Are you gonna eat the chocolate?" And he's like, "No, I'm going to save it for my daughter when I get home." Oh, so sweet. Wow, really nice, sweet, loving people. But they weren't Christians. And this was very, very interesting to see the differences between these religions. And a lot of people can just be like, yeah, whatever, they both believe in some higher being, whatever. No, there are some huge, huge differences between these belief systems. And at its core, I'd say, is the concept of karma for Hinduism. Basically, you reap what you sow. If you're bad to someone, then bad things are going to happen to you. Whereas on the flip side, Christianity is all about sacrificial love, agape love, forgiveness, grace, and you are pardoned for these things, which is very, very freeing and absolutely awesome. It is. It really is awesome, and that governs everything in your life, even your idea of death and life. I'm getting somewhere with this. Tonka at one point said, "Beau, I noticed that you," and he said this through very broken English. He said, "When we come across Maoists, these terrorists in Nepal who are communists and do not like Christians, let alone Americans or white guys. I'm from Canada. Still, it was pretty obvious. We were selling literature and like Bibles and stuff like that. But Tonka said, why are you not afraid when you come across these people? And I remember him asking this when we were in a bamboo hut, and it was dark and it was raining out, and it was cold, and we were kind of, you know, wrapped up in these really gross blankets. And it was a very, very quiet, intimate situation. And I was there with him and a few of the other fellows who were helping us pack stuff. And I said, well, Tonka, I don't fear them because, and I kind of said laughingly, what can they do? All they can do is kill me. Now, in case you don't know, I'm kind of referencing a Bible verse that says something to the effect of, you know, don't fear Satan who can just like destroy your body, but rather fear God who can destroy both your body and your soul. I mean, he's that powerful. And so that's what I was kind of getting at was, you know, all these terrorists can do, the worst that they can possibly do is kill me. And even that is not so bad. And it's true. It's like my life is elsewhere. I'm just passing through here. I am an alien. I'm not supposed to be here. And so this is what governs my thoughts of that there's this God who's so gracious, he'll give me eternal life. This was so foreign to him. And you could see it kind of sinking in. And he'd never heard of this before. You think, oh, whatever, everybody knows about this whole grace concept. But no, he didn't. He thought that this was the best that it was possibly going to get for him for possibly thousands upon thousands of years, because he's going to be stuck in this cyclical loop of reincarnation. And if he's not good in this life, then, you know, he'll get reincarnated as something worse, or hopefully something better. And it's so sad to see people trapped in that mindset. But it's also so cool to see their eyes just open up when they realize there's something that's true out there that is super powerful, and it's protecting these really crazy white guys who are going around giving people Bibles in front of communist terrorists who are blowing up buses on the weekends. Who are these guys? Or rather, who are these guys serving?